We all love to hear top 5, top 3 answers to things. So I'm going to tell you some of the top 5 Pilates exercise or exercise sequences that are really beneficial for you while you're practicing Pilates during pregnancy. And kind of not going into specific exercises because as I've seen in my own work and as I've watched my colleagues develop these beautiful prenatal Pilates classes, there are just hundreds and hundreds of exercises that come out of some of these general sequences. So I'm going to start with kind of some of these general things, and then within that there are specific exercises. So I hope you follow along. So the first thing we're looking at is strength and endurance. Now, physiologically, they're slightly different things, but I'm going to group them together here. Strength and endurance is very, very important to have during pregnancy, to maintain for sure, and even in some cases to build, because strength and endurance is going to be a key factor that's going to help you during your labor and pregnancy. So exercises that focus on maintaining strength, possibly even building strength in elements like the legs and the arms and the shoulders and the spine, all of these things are going to come into play during pregnancy and during labor and birth and in the postpartum healing process. Absolutely going to be important. So that's number 5. Number 4, I'm going to talk about mobility. Mobility is the key during labor and birth. And if we want to think about our prenatal Pilates practice, everything is leading up to that big event of labor and birth, and then of course to the recovery process. And also we want to enjoy our pregnancy as well. But mobility is one of the key advantages that we're going to have. And this means mobility of your pelvis, mobility of your hips, mobility of your spine, because that mobility kind of in that central area of our body is where that life force is really happening and where that labor and birth process is gonna go down. So we want to make sure that we have a good amount of mobility there. So mobility exercises are really important. That looks like the cat stretch, that looks like the pelvic curl, that looks like some of our hip work series. All of those things are going to be really important for mobility. And that even includes some of just our static poses like deep squats or kneeling positions, things like that. So mobility is going to be key for us as well. Number 3 is going to be body positions. Now, what I mean by that is exploring all of the different body positions that are advantageous for us during pregnancy. So during pregnancy, kind of some of the rules change in how we can kind of use our body, and the orientation changes a little bit as the belly grows. So we want to be able to explore some of these different body positions, and that's going to be so vitally important to you still receiving a lot of the benefits of your Pilates practice, but not being able to do some of the traditional exercises that we know and love. So some of my favorite positions that I think are so advantageous are going to be kneeling on your hands and knees, seated on your bottom, just really simple, and also squatting positions. So any sort of squatting position that you can get yourself into, those are going to be really advantageous positions and really important exercises. So that's number 3. Ooh. Number 2 is going to be your breath. Breath is really important. Now, although your Pilates teachers are always teaching you breath, how to breathe and inhale and exhale kind of with our breath pattern, the meaning of breath really takes on a much bigger role when we're talking about pregnancy. So if you haven't paid much attention to your breath patterning or the importance of breath for you physiologically while you're exercising, now's the time to really hone in on it, because breath is going to be one of your vital tools during pregnancy to keep your circulation healthy for you and your baby, and also one of the vital tools that you can use during pregnancy. So breath and learning how to breathe and incorporating a lot of breathing techniques and exercises is going to be number 2. And number 1, which is kind of really broad, is going to be awareness, confidence, and I kind of group those things together as well. And those are really built into a lot of the exercises that we do. But if you can approach your exercises from a place of really feeling your body, enjoying your body, kind to identify what you're feeling in your body whilst you're moving, that's going to be a huge growth in your confidence level, along with your body awareness level. And so often we find that women When they don't have that level of awareness and confidence in their body, it really plays a huge role in kind of how they identify with their labor and birth experience and how they identify with their pregnancy as well. So we really want to be able to build in those ideas of body awareness and confidence. And it's just about really thinking about what you're feeling, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what feels good the next day after you do Pilates, what leaves your body feeling sore, all of those things kind of built into it and being aware of those. So those are going to be some of the top 5 general elements of exercise and exercise sequencing that are so crucial to having a really fantastic experience of practicing Pilates while you're pregnant.